everyone, my name is Shonda and welcome to my channel Under the Needle Quilting and Crafts. Now, I spend a lot of time on YouTube, a ton. Now, for the most part, I get my news and entertainment from YouTube, right? So, well, I don't watch like TV and movies and stuff like that, but like any news content, there are certain podcasters that I like to watch clips of. There are certain, I'll just scroll and see what interests me. It's like, I don't know. It's how I use the internet without the brain rot of the internet, right? I at least try to be learning something. So there are, various folks I like to watch. And then sometimes just as I'm scrolling, just in my algorithm, it'll put something, it'll give me stuff I've never seen before. And so I'm scrolling and I saw something like a couple of times called an analog bag. Now I'm a bit spendy. I like to spend money I don't have on things that I don't need, especially regarding my craft. And I have a lot of bags, right? So I was like, what the heck is an analog bag? Like, I know what the word analog means versus digital, right? So how can a bag be analog, right? So I was curious, but I didn't want to click on any videos because I try to curate my algorithm. Right. So I try to be careful what I click on, because you can click on something and completely mess up your algorithm and start getting the kind of content that maybe you don't want to receive. So I didn't want to click on it. So instead I went to Google and I Googled, what is an analog bag? Only to find out that it's a daggone project bag. I am just really over the overconsumption aspect of the internet right now. There is a targeted effort to try to extract every dollar and cent that you have out of your pockets by creating things that already exist. And it's a real pet peeve of mine. You've got a bunch of people on the internet now trying to sell you an analog bag and what you need to put in it, when really an analog bag is just you taking your purse and putting your Walkman and a book in it back in 1990. That would have been an analog bag. So if I used to, we used to take little once a year, my grandparents would come to North Carolina where I live now. I was born and raised in New York. And once a year, we would get in the car and we would drive to North Carolina for our family reunion. And I would bring my book bag, and in it, I would put my Discman, several CDs to listen to, extra batteries, because that's a disaster if you forget those, some books to read, and, maybe some DMC floss to make some friendship bracelets. And I would put that in there so I would have something to do in the car. And then once we got to our destination, because they lived in the country, there was no cable, where my great grandparents lived, they barely had television, let alone cable. So I would bring activities to do to keep myself occupied. Now that book bag would be called an analog bag. So now if if you're one of those people that throws your Kindle in your purse, you already have an analog bag. You don't need to buy one, right? Like, if you already, so I guess that the purpose here is to have activities that you do offline, right? So when you're going out places or whatever, what have you, you have a little bag of stuff that you can do that doesn't require you scrolling on your phone. But they're showing you this online. I don't understand. Somebody make this make sense to me, because I don't get it. I'm just really, really over the internet right now, and I'm really over these corporations influencing every aspect of online culture to try to get you to buy things. I already struggle with this. I don't need any help. I don't need help buying things that I don't need. That's already a problem of mine. So It's just a project bag, an analog bag. It's just whatever bag you would normally carry to bring your offline activities, whether it be a book, a Kindle, your crochet project, your English paper piecing. It's just it's any bag. It's nothing you need to buy. You could use a grocery bag. You could use a Ziploc bag. A Ziploc bag. You could just grab you a Ziploc bag and use that. Or take you a Ziploc bag, put your stuff in there, and then put that inside your regular purse that you would normally carry. But no, we have to go out and buy an analog bag. I'm so disgusted. Just disgusted.